The port of Poti was Georgia's first seaport on the Black Sea. It was built from 1889 to 1905 by the leading Georgian visionary Nikon Nikoladze. Poti was conceived as a seaport in 1858. Poti Port is the main gateway for Traseka Transit Corridor, which is the shortest route between Europe, the Caucasus, and Central Asian countries. That endows Georgia with great strategic importance. PACE was first established in New York, the United States of America, in 1992 as PACE International Corp. From 1992 to 1998, PACE International was performing delivery of humanitarian food aid donated by the US government, US Department of Agriculture, USAID, and the State Department to assist the Caucasus and the Central Asian countries of the former Soviet Union through Poti seaport to the final destinations. Since the end of the 1990s, the transportation of commercial goods was added to the transportation of humanitarian aid. A partnership was developed between Poti Port and the Georgian Railway. Since the beginning of this century, PACE began operating the berths of Poti Port awarded after winning several state tenders. As a result, the PACE Group operates 8 berths owned by APM Terminal in the port of Poti through long-term lease agreements. In 2002-2003, after the purchase of specialized equipment, PACE established an open warehouse in Poti Port that makes it possible to transport aluminium oxide, a raw material for the Tajik aluminium plant, from Poti to Tajikistan and to export the plant's final product, primary aluminium, from Tajikistan through Poti. In 2007, PACE established a joint venture with the Israeli container shipping company ZIM and expanded activities in container services. In 2013, PACE launched a modern grain terminal capable to unload and load vessels directly to and from silos. Such type of a grain terminal is the only one in Georgia. In the same year, the PACE Group purchased the former Poti shipyard factory, which was destroyed and not functioning. It was planned to establish a new modern sea terminal there. In 2014-2015, PACE successfully accomplished handling of BP pipes destined for one of the region's most important projects, Shah Deniz 2. The pipes were received, stored, and shipped to final destinations from PACE's terminal. In 2014, PACE held negotiations with the Turkmen government, organized by the US Embassy in Turkmenistan, and reached an agreement that Turkmen mineral fertilizers would be transported to Western markets through the Georgian corridor via the port of Poti. Previously, this cargo was moving towards Russia and Iran. For this purpose, new infrastructure needed to be developed in the port of Poti. PACE accomplished this on time, and since 2016, PACE has started to transport the Turkmen fertilizers via Georgia. Today, the PACE Group is the largest transportation company in the region, covering maritime agencies, brokerage, logistics, container services, and berth operating companies. More than 1,000 people are employed, and the annual turnover exceeds 3 million tons. To expand its activities by developing marine infrastructure using the latest modern technology in order to maintain existing cargoes and attract new cargoes. That's why it decided to establish a modern multi-purpose sea terminal in Poti on the territory of the old shipyard in the new port basin. The project provides for the reconstruction of the berths with a total length of 650 meters. After dredging, the draft will be increased to 12 meters. The deep water terminal will allow us to receive Handymax-sized vessels carrying 50,000 tons of cargo. In the future, after construction of the breakwater to the north of the port, the draft will become as deep as 15 meters, which will allow us to serve bigger vessels with a capacity of 60,000 tons. In addition to the already existing 30,000 ton capacity warehouse designated for mineral fertilizers, we will establish a closed warehouse with capacity for 50,000 tons of mineral fertilizer. The warehouse infrastructure will be equipped with modern equipment that will give us the possibility to increase annual turnover of the Central Asian mineral fertilizers by 3 times. The terminal capacity will be 2.5 million tons of bulk and break bulk cargoes and 100,000 TEUs, which is equal to 2 million tons of cargo. The terminal will serve various types of bulk, break bulk, and containerized cargoes. For these purposes, the terminal will be equipped with modern high-capacity harbour cranes and a ship loader, all that will give us the possibility to handle many different kinds of cargoes that none of the other Georgian ports can accept due to absence of the required infrastructure. We will have the possibility to extend capacity of the Georgian port infrastructure and attract many more transit cargoes. In short, a new ultra-modern port terminal with 25 hectares of land is currently being built. For comparison, the port of Batumi is located on 19 hectares. The entire $120 million project will be implemented in 2 phases. The total investment cost of the first phase is $93 million, out of which $50 million is financed by the United States government's Overseas Private Investments Corporation. Project implementation is planned within 18 months, which means that by the summer of 2020, Georgia will have a modern, deep seaport, which will be one more step towards developing the transport corridor Georgia connecting Europe and Asia.